Patterson Library friends, this is Miss Amy. I'm bringing you a Crafternoon again this week, and this is one that Miss Jamie designed, and hopefully Miss Jamie will be back with us next week, which will be really wonderful because we've missed her. So today we're starting a series that'll be some fun kind of Halloween. And one thing I think about at Halloween are bats and cats. And Miss Jamie has this cute little cat that we're going to make out of paper. So it's very simple. The only supplies you'll need from home are a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and if you'd like, a magic marker for the kitty's eyes and nose and ears if you'd like to add a little extra color. So I picked pink for my kitty's ears and a black marker because I thought I might go over, oh, I didn't get out my green, but that's okay. I thought I might go over the whiskers a little bit darker on here. Make them stand out a little bit more. So I'll show you how it's done. What you'll get this week is just one piece of paper, but you can choose which color of paper you would like. So we have some orange cats. That's actually a little different shade. We have some yellow cats. We have brown kitty cats. Even black cats. That's a good one around Halloween time. Then there's this gray kitty. A couple of those. Another black. And a very light gray. So if you have a kitty at home, you might want to pick a color of paper to match your kitty, or you can just pick whichever color you like. So for today's cat, I'm just going to use some of the white ones that we already had. Oh, there's another brown. So those will all be up in the Crafternoon box. But I'm going to do one with just the paper. This paper's a little bit lighter weight, but I think it'll work okay. So what you need to do when you get your cat sheet is cut out all the pieces. Don't cut this line in the middle because that one's going to be where it's overlapping. Cut out all the pieces, and the dotted lines will have instructions as we go, whether you're going to cut them or just use them for glue placement. So first, I'm going to take my glue stick, and it says very large glue right there. So that whole triangle section, we're going to put some glue on. This is a very well marked craft. Tells you right out what you're going to do. Then you might need an adult to help a little bit. You're going to twirl your paper around to make a cone. And you're going to bring the edge of the paper right to that black line. Get it as close as you can. Press that down. I'm actually going to stick my magic marker up there so I can get a nice crease on that. Get that all glued down. You'll need to let that, you might want to cut that piece out and let that dry a little bit while you're getting your other pieces ready. And the next piece we're going to glue, I'll turn my kitty around. Next part is this section that says glue. So again, I'm going to glue right up to that dotted line. Not sure why they made a dotted line on one and a solid line on the other, but maybe that was a mistake when the company printed it. And again, I'm going to roll this. This one's a little easier because it just rolls into a circle. And bring the bottom of the paper right up to that printed dotted line. And after I get it all matched up, oops, that's a little crooked. Nice thing about glue sticks is you can take it off and put it back on again. I'm going to just press that along the dotted line and hold it a little bit. And I noticed a little bit of my paper shows, which doesn't really matter, but I'm going to just trim that a little tiny bit there. So it's a nice circular kitty cat's head. Okay, so I have my body and my head. I'm going to let those dry for just a minute. And while they're drying, I'm going to take my little kitty ears And I'm going to just color them in a little bit. And this is only if you want to, you don't have to. And after I color it, I'm also going to notice that dotted line along the bottom of the ears. And what you need to do is on each dotted line, just make a little fold. Fold it. And fold it. And those, you may have noticed, some little squares on your kitty cat. And we're going to put a little glue and glue those right in that spot. So it shows you exactly where to line up the rectangle from the bottom of the kitty's ear to the rectangle on the cat's head. So I'm going to put a little glue, and it doesn't matter for this part if you put the glue on this rolled up part or on the ear itself. But that seemed like an easy way to do it. And I'm going to stick one ear on that side on the rectangle and one ear on this side on the rectangle. It's okay to flatten those out a little bit just to hold them down and get it to stick well before you release it. And again, because it's a glue stick, you can adjust them a tiny bit if you need to. There's my kitty's ears. That's cute. Now while that's drying, I'm actually going to color the end of this kitty's tail black. I didn't do that on mine here, but I think I'm going to let those dry a minute and just use my marker. You could use crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you happen to have around. I'm going to color that little tail end in black. I need to put another piece of paper underneath so I don't get marker on my table. Maybe you have a nice craft table at home that you can work on too. It's always a good idea to put a piece of paper underneath when you're doing something that goes close to the edges. I'll show you why. Oh my goodness. As you can see, it's a good thing I had paper underneath, or that would have been on my table. Now to put on the kitty's tail, you don't need to do any kind of folds. All you need to do is put a little glue on the end, right on the top, and stick that back where you glued your paper together. You can make it up a little higher or down a little lower. And there's your kitty's tail. Now yours is a stiffer paper than mine, so mine's lagging forward a little bit, but that won't hurt. She's kind of cute. It looks like she's wagging her tail. And then this is the tricky part, but again, it's not too tricky. You need to take your kitty and fold right on that dotted line at the bottom and make a little cut through both sides along that dotted line, just one little snip. And then open that up and do one little snip this direction and one little snip this direction. So we're basically making a little T cut on the bottom. Now once we do that, we're just going to put a little glue on that whole area. It's sort of made 4 triangles. So we're just going to sort of put a little glue on that whole bottom area around those cuts. And when we do that, oops, you know what I'm going to do very quickly? I think I could do it after it's on too, but I'm going to color in his little nose and his little tongue. There. Then you're just going to take that and push it right down over, and those flaps that you put your glue on are going to just fold in a little bit. I can show you from the bottom. And that glue is going to help it stick to this cone body of the kitty cat. And that is your Halloween kitty. Now you can add some other colors if you wanted to, because my cat at home has some big black dots on her. So I'm going to put some polka dots on her to look like my kitty Lydia. And you can decorate her a little more with some other colors if you'd like. I might get a blue or green marker to color in her eyes. But that makes our beautiful Halloween cat. And Oh, I forgot his feet. We just need to do a little bit of glue on these. And stick them right inside. There's one. A little bit on that one. And stick that right inside. You can fold those up a little bit. There's her paws. There you go. All done. So I wanted to tell you a couple of the things that Miss Jamie is going to be making with you the next few weeks. She has her calendar, and she has down a spider card. That sounds fun. Craft stick monsters, and a sun catcher jack-o'-lantern. It's going to be a fun October here at Patterson Library with our Crafternoon Crafts with Miss Jamie. So I hope you can stop in and get ready to make a kitty, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.